Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Blueprint. I'm Nick Cipolla. I'm here with Mark Antonio. He is the founder of the Nursery for Kids. He's been an educator for over 2 decades in LA, Brooklyn, the Hamptons, and currently he is the garden educator at the Hayground School in sunny Bridgehampton. Welcome, my friend. It's always good to see you.
Good to see you,
And
Nick.
you know I love talking about gardening.
Yeah, me too.
So first question I want to ask you right off the bat is, what brought you here to the Hamptons? Like, you were in LA, you were in Brooklyn, now here you're in the Hamptons. What brought you here?
Well, we've always loved being out here on the East End, and it just made sense with the job that I do, with working with kids, working on the farms, gardening, growing food. It just made sense for us to make this another step in the journey of, trying to have a go at collaborating with different agencies that are into growing food, slow food. And we decided that it just made sense for us to come out here.
So you just said something interesting, slow food. I've never heard that phrase. What does that mean?
It's the opposite of fast food. It's, a lot of
Makes
us
sense.
are making processed foods. We don't have time to cook.
Right.
So we run out to a fast food restaurant. And it's nothing against fast food restaurants. It's just that it's processed, and the way it's made, they have to have longer shelf life. So there are additives in those foods that some people just cannot process properly in their
Did you
bodies.
coin that phrase, though?
No. I actually joined a great nonprofit organization years back when I first moved to the East End, called Slow Food East End. The slow food movement started years back in Italy, and they now have entities all around the world and
Really?
in New York.
So it's an organization?
It's a nonprofit organization. The tenet was that we want to get back to natural foods, naturally grown food, which takes time, which is
Hence,
slow.
Slow
So
food.
if you are a slow food grower, you are growing hopefully sustainnably and without much additives in your garden.
Right. So it's funny, and this wasn't going to be my next question, but it's going to be something that I want to discuss. I just met someone actually over the weekend who is doing the documentary, something called Rejuvenation Nation. And I'm actually going to want to get her in here to talk about it. But she's going around the country. I read up on it last night, actually, trying to work with farmers to rejuvenate their soil and get it more natural, and just try to promote, I guess, a more health conscious way to grow.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we should talk about that after this, and maybe I could hook you guys up and you can talk
Yeah,
about it.
absolutely. Yeah,
You know?
I'm definitely into that. I mean, the most important thing before putting the seed in the ground is healthy soil.
Healthy soil.
You can't do anything without healthy soil.
So when I would garden, and if I would get a really good mix, it got to the point where I literally wanted to bite the soil.
Yeah.
I didn't, right? It just smells right. You can feel it. It just,
Yeah. It's not supposed to smell your soil. It just has that distinctive earth moist smell.
You just
to
know
it.
when it's right.
You know when it's right.
Yeah.
It's got that feel, that softness. It's not brittle. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're into it. I could tell. You just have that really passionate look about you, and you're feeling it.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah. So what's the difference between growing in the Hamptons and, say, LA and Brooklyn, where you were growing? So what's the difference about growing?
The environment. In the Hamptons, our soil is sandy and loamy, and so the water percolates through pretty easily, but we have a short growing season. We have winters that recently we noticed that it's just getting a little bit harsher. So that's the difference between growing in a climate where we have only like a 3-month warm period to grow in, as opposed to California, where it's pretty much growing year round. However, they have their own seasons as well, because it gets really hot in California. So it's the other end where it's over 100 degrees Plants really don't like that, so it limits their growing season as well. But so it's a learning curve to learn what kind of soil you have. In California, it's usually very sandy. Where we were in California, San Fernando Valley, it's really a desert. So the soil is sandy, more and more clay at the bottom. So the soil has to be amended before, at least where I was, before growing
Right.
anything worthwhile. So
And plus, you have water limits there too, right? You don't
Exactly.
have the rain,
exactly.
and you have to water. You have to bring in water basically
Yeah,
in some
everything
instances.
is brought in, and it's also limited by the government.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what about the fact? So I know that the farm fields out, in Sagaponic, like on the east end, we have a layer of clay that's, 3 to 6 feet down below the surface. And we have, the topsoil above. And I know that clay is beneficial. And you could correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've heard, it will hold the water. It will hold the moisture.
Exactly.
Whereas you're saying there's clay in California as well, but is it deeper? So are you losing that moisture?
So yeah, clay will hold water, but it's very hard to penetrate clay
Right.
with water. So in California, where I was, what I found was 3-4 inches down the ground, I was hitting clay.
Oh, that high
It's
up,
that
really?
shallow, right?
So it could get
there's
root
a
rot.
there's a lot of penetrating, a lot of amending 6 to 12 inches down into the soil if I wanted to grow vegetables. Mostly what we grew and what I grew in my area were natives, which were mostly succulents and drought tolerant plants, because it's very, very hard to grow vegetables that need a lot of moisture, a lot of intake,
Right.
to be able to be successful. So
What about in Brooklyn? Were you finding plots of land, or were you doing it in boxes? Like, how were you
mostly raised beds.
raised beds?
Yeah, with the kids I worked with in Brooklyn, we were working in raised beds.
Raised beds.
It's very hard to do it in the ground because, again, in Brooklyn, it's just a hardscape. There's a lot of old ceramics and broken materials in the soil. It's really compacted because there's a lot of foot traffic.
Right.
So it's just really hard to designate an area not to be walked on, without it being raised.
So you mentioned the kids in Brooklyn, and that brings me to my next question. Tell me about the nursery.
So Nurture for Kids, I founded that in 2013.
So you were the founder.
I'm the founder. Originally, it was founded on the thought of collaborating with different entities that either have a garden, is interested in starting a garden, but also children's programs that want to integrate gardening in their programs. And so I collaborate with all these agencies, such as after-school programs, museums, and right now, Hayground School.
Okay, so you have it at the Hayground School, but so outside of the school, you are the nursery, and you are collaborating with other entities. So
Correct.
It's like for lack of a better word, like a side gig.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, sure. I do private gardens as well. And
Right.
one of my things that I like to promote with private gardens is that the kids get involved.
Right.
And so even if the kids aren't involved, I use the same tactics as I do with the kids here at Hayground is tell me what you would like to see growing in your garden. And that's how we design our gardens.
I know that you've been, involved with gardening your entire life, but why is teaching agriculture important to you? Like, what draws you to want to share it and teach it?
Well, I think if you are in touch with your food, you end up being really more mindful of what you eat and how you treat your body. And I think it's also a lot to be said of when you work the soil and you are gardening, it's actually a really healthy way of living. It's a great workout. It also lets you be more mindful of what varieties I want to grow that's going to actually benefit me, not anyone else. It's just I'm growing in my own garden for me and my family. What do we love to eat? What's very healthy for us? What are the dietary needs, nutrition needs? And sometimes it's really hard to find those things at the grocery store readily available.
Right.
And if you are able to hone those skills at an early age, it becomes instinctive. I remember growing up with my mom in Jamaica, and I would just hang out with her. And what I remember as a kid in her Jamaican accent was like, I wonder if I can get this thing to root. She would just cut a piece of, branch of a plant that she found very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And she would just walk the block and do that with all these plants. And she created her own greenhouse with just propagating pieces of limbs that she found interesting.
Wow.
It was from her, and it was just her wonder and her scientific process in her own mind, trying different things and making it work.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I got that from her. And it wasn't immediate, but it happened over time. And that's what I want to give to children growing up. I want them to have that autonomy,
right,
and that freedom and that power to know that they actually can be a part of this thing that we're trying to preserve.
Right.
You know,
That's amazing. Do you find that the kids, when they're growing their own stuff, they're more inclined to want to eat that stuff? Because I can tell you, my kid, my youngest, trying to get her to eat vegetables is impossible.
Oh yeah, I mean that's huge. The kids, if you introduce, for specifically, there's one plant that I was really excited about when I first learned about it. It was kohlrabi, and then there's another one, peanuts, and
they freak me out. Peanuts. I did not know they were in the ground.
Oh,
I thought they were on a tree.
Oh, they're amazing. They're just and the way it's grown and but kohlrabi specifically, it's a plant, it's a vegetable that not a whole lot of people know about, not a whole lot of kids who are very experienced with kohlrabi, and then we started growing it, and that is one of the most popular vegetables at Hayground right now. It's
really?
Kohlrabi. Yeah.
That the kids want to grow and eat?
Because I introduced it 5 years ago.
Right.
We tried it, we tasted it over the years. It's a really cool plant. When it grows, the stem becomes this ball, and they just watch that develop, and then we cut it and eat it right from the plant, and they discover amazing how sweet it is. It tastes like broccoli.
I don't know that I've ever tasted it.
It's amazing.
You say kohlrabi, I'm thinking broccoli rabe.
Broccoli rabe, yeah, but broccoli rabe is more of the bitter.
Right.
And it's like a broccoli and cauliflower marriage. And then it has that sweet texture. You can shave it and put it over your salads. You can slice it. You can sear it. It's so versatile.
I'm going to have to try it.
It's amazing.
What are some of the other things that you grow there with the kids?
Beets.
Carrots? Every time I tried to grow carrots, I got this stunted version in weird shapes, You
want to know why?
Why?
You have to have the soil very, very light and fluffy. Carrots, they go with the path of less resistance.
Okay.
So if you have a crooked carrot because there was something that was too dense and they just grew around it, because it's a root. It's a taproot.
Right. Okay.
So if it's not going straight, it's because there's something that's stopping it, and maybe it's a pebble or a rock, and so it goes around it. And so you have to really prepare the area really well for carrots to grow if you want those.
What else do you grow?
Beets. We have spinach. We grow cauliflower, as I mentioned. We grow peppers, tomatoes. One of the really huge one that I stumbled upon that was just some beautiful flowers, like cotton. It's one of those plants where it starts off, it looks like a beautiful small hibiscus plant. And I'm hearing more and more. So
with a flower?
Yeah, it starts off as a gorgeous flower. I'm hearing more and more around the East End, some gardens, actually some growers, add it into their garden design.
Really?
Yeah, it's a nice accent flower. But then that flower will fall and it forms this bulb, and that bulb opens up into this beautiful cotton ball.
Really?
Yeah. So that was another variety that we started growing about 2 3 years ago. That
And the kids enjoy that.
Oh, it really opened up a conversation about
Right.
clothing and how much cotton we need to actually grow to actually make a shirt.
So this garden that you have going there, does that kind of spill over into the rest of the curriculum? Like, are
Oh,
you,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We do journal writing. So that's your language arts.
Mhm.
We talk about how much spacing we need in a garden bed. So we start talking about square feet and square inches. And so we measure things out. For our kids, most of them are in that sweet spots where we talk about addition and subtraction and even start talking about arrays. So we start to bring all of those aspects into the garden. So it's very interactive. So the
right?
kids who can't really access math and language arts in a theoretical setting, they actually apply
More
it in the garden.
hands-on. Yeah.
Yeah, they apply it
And
right
how
in the
many years
garden.
have you been doing it at Hayground again?
This is going to be going on my 6th year at
Sixth year.
Hayground School. Yeah.
And so these kids are young. So you haven't had any kids who have graduated and they're coming back and saying, "You helped me so much with my learning with this," or anything
Mm.
like that. Because that's
No,
coming.
yeah, it hasn't happened yet. I've worked with kids who have graduated. They haven't come back yet.
They're gonna.
But
I know I'd be coming back.
when they do,
Yeah.
I'll hopefully be here
Yeah.
to receive their experiences to
Yeah.
see where they're at. But I do have even kids before graduating just this year is interested because they loved growing carrots so much.
Hmm.
They're building their own carrot garden. They're
Really?
gonna, and I asked them, well, "What are you gonna grow?" And they're like, "Carrots, of course."
I'm going to have to talk to you about that because that's one of the things that my daughter will eat is carrots.
Oh yeah.
You know, I
Oh
make
yeah.
them in all different varieties for her.
Oh yeah.
Was-
They just love pulling it. There's something about pulling out a carrot.
yeah. I
Out
feel
of the
that way
ground.
about a radish because
Yeah.
radishes grow so fast,
They're so quick.
you know, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden it starts peeking up, and I'm like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
it's a radish,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is there anyone that you could think of? I mean, you did mention your mom, but anyone that has influenced you along the way that's noteworthy?
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, when I first moved out here, Joe Realmuto and Mark Smith from Nick and Tony's,
Okay.
they were the water for my seed.
Oh, really?
They took me by the hand. They introduced me to Project Most, was the first nonprofit organization after school program that I worked with. And they introduced me to other people that down the road it was just so instrumental in collaborating with all these people.
So
And
they
it
set up a
brought me-
network like you
Oh
kind of,
yeah. I mean, it's not easy breaking into the East End. It really isn't. It really showed how much networking was important and how when you come in and you're not growing up on the East End, if you're not plugged in, it's very hard to get plugged
no,
in.
I mean, I know how that is just in construction alone and just being like, I've lived in Sag Harbor for 31 years
Oh yeah.
and I'm still not considered a local.
Right.
Like my kids are local.
Right.
They were born and raised, but I'm not. Like
Right.
you have the certain names that have been here for a certain amount of time.
Oh
And
yeah.
then you get down into the farm fields,
Oh yeah.
forget about it.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I just built a Sagaponic General Store
Mm.
and they're bringing in local farmers and they almost have an accent, like seriously, like they just sound different,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
Well, I mean, if it wasn't for Mark and Joe, it would have been very difficult.
Hmm.
And so I owe a lot to them.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
So let's just say I have limited space. So, and I do actually now where I've just moved to, I do have limited space where I'm going to have to do some raised beds. What is a really great thing to grow if you have limited space?
Well, as long as you have depth and a width, you can pretty much grow whatever.
But I noticed that, like, when I had the beds in my other house, I grew tomatoes and they just took over.
Yeah.
So I can only really grow the tomatoes and some basil in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I wanted some variety, like what are some of the things I could?
Yeah. If you have a 3x9 space, it's not very big, but you can squeeze quite a bit of vegetables in that space.
Mhm.
You think about growing down and you can think about growing up.
Right. Okay.
So with carrots, you can squeeze in a bunch of carrots that don't need a whole lot of space in between them, right next to your pepper plant or your tomatoes. It might not be the most ideal thing. You can make it work.
Are there certain things that grow well together?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You have companion planting. You mentioned basil and
Basil, and I
tomatoes.
said that because I always used to plant them together.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It's not a wives' tale. Basil grown next to tomatoes, it helps to improve the taste of the tomato.
does it really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then also it helps to minimize whiteflies.
Oh,
The whiteflies get drawn to your basil away from the tomato.
wow.
So it
If only
also
I could
helps
just
with
plant some
pests.
mozzarella. I could have tomato and mozzarella,
There you go.
right? So
There you go.
basil.
Yeah.
So you mentioned kohlrabi. What's it?
Kohlrabi.
Kohlrabi?
Yeah.
And you mentioned cotton. What are your favorite things to grow? Is it stems? Like what is your favorite thing?
I do like growing beets. I do like it. It's challenging.
Yeah,
Beets,
beets. I've tried
carrots.
it, and they can get hard, and they can get holes in them.
Yeah, yeah, that's the trick. You have to harvest them when it's time. You can't keep them in the ground for too long
Right, but they're
because,
not telling you when it's time, right? Or
well,
are they?
they are
What
telling
are they
you.
saying? So it's
Yeah.
like when they start to crown.
You know, some beets, you want them to be bigger, but it's not necessary to get them big. You want them to just be sweet. So a lot of root vegetables, when you grow it, it's not the size that matters. It's just,
How to go there.
it's the quality of that vegetable,
Right, right.
right? That's where instincts and experience kick in. You try it, you notice one year that it had a whole lot of holes in them. It's because you kept them in the ground too long and the insects got to them,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So the next year, you take them out of the ground a little bit sooner before they
So
start
like
getting
pull one, see how it is.
yeah, pull one, see how it looks. If it's too small and you would like them to be a little bit bigger, sure, you can, keep the rest of them in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of trial and error. Farming is and growing food is not easy. It's a skill. It's passion.
Right.
And
It's a labor of love.
It's a love.
What is the coolest thing that you've seen in the Hamptons garden?
Well, I worked in this one space, and they were growing asparagus, and you see the regular
Yeah, they just kind of
asparagus
shoot up.
shooting up, but then they had some of them that just let them go, and
Well, they let them go to
turn-
seed or
yeah,
something?
they go to seed, and it's this beautiful, small, like almost like a miniature tree that it
Really?
goes into, and it branches out, and then it has these berries on them, and then the berries drop, and then the berries have the seeds in them, and then that just reseeds the whole area.
Really?
So that's a really cool thing to watch that process. And then there's another one. I love seeing birdhouse gourds
Right.
grow because it's just this perfect shape, and it looks like a birdhouse.
So you've been around, you said you work in some private gardens and
Yeah.
you go around and you see gardens. You've probably been to Longhouse, but it's not a garden, but it's like
Oh yeah,
landscape.
it's beautiful area.
Who has your favorite garden?
When I first started working on the East End, I had the honor and pleasure to work on Ina's garden, which is one of my
Ina Gardens Garden.
Ina Garten's garden,
Wow.
and
That is an
was
honor.
a huge treat for me because that was, I thought, my favorite experience.
How did you get involved with that? Did you just
I was apprenticing with a private grower who decided to take me on, and one of her clients is Ina Garden, and it was like the first time I heard about it, I called my wife Eileen. I was like, "You are not going to believe whose garden I'm working on today."
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it was a huge treat.
And she had, was it like,
Impeccable.
yeah.
Beautiful. Ina, you got a beautiful garden.
All right. So now, listen, I appreciate all of, you enduring all of my questions, but now we're going to have a little bit of fun.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go after you with what we call the lightning round.
Okay.
So you're going to have to think on your feet.
All right.
All right. So I'll just throw it out there and you just come up with your favorite thing. Are you ready?
All right.
First question. What's your favorite restaurant?
That was a tough one. They're all my favorite restaurants.
Oh,
No,
really?
I'm sorry. All right. Okay. Vine Street. Fine.
Vine
If
Street.
I have to say it.
Shelter
Vine
Island?
Street, yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, Nick and Tony's, but Vine Street is my all-time favorite restaurant. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I work over there a lot and I think I've eaten there once.
Dude,
I have to try it. I literally
good.
live right across the ferry from that place.
bro, Vine Street.
Okay, what's your favorite farm stand?
Oh, Balsam.
Balsam,
I'm Team
hands
Balsam,
down.
hands down.
You didn't even have to think about that
Team
one.
Balsam all the way.
Team Balsam. Do you have a little Balsam hat?
I do not, but you know what? One of my experiences in working in this field was working closely with Ian and Ian Piedmont, and amazing guy. And I hope you get a chance to meet him. Yeah, Balsam's Farm.
Great. What is your favorite seafood spot here in the Hamptons?
Sarah and Chris, shout out to Sarah and Chris at the farmers market right at the end of my driveway. Springs Farmers Market. They're the best.
That's the best place to
Best
get
place to
seafood.
get fresh seafood.
Do they go around to all the different farmers markets? I know they have one in Sag Harbor
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so.
because I'll have to check them
Yeah,
out.
but he is a local fisherman. Great guy.
Great.
Sarah
Giving
and
some
Chris.
plugs out there.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Hampton spot? Like if you want to just go chill, what's your favorite spot?
Well, that one I'm not giving up.
Oh,
I'm not giving it up.
what does it look
because
like? Don't tell us what it looks
All right,
like. What does
so
it consist of?
It's the most picturesque area near my house. It's beautiful. It's quiet, which is why I'm never gonna tell you.
It's very difficult to
where it
get
is.
quiet, especially this time of year,
Exactly.
summer in the Hamptons.
It's amazing, especially during sunset.
Really?
Yeah. It's
All right.
amazing.
So it's facing
I'll tell you off
west.
camera.
All right.
Yeah.
It's nearby this area. I'm going to find it.
I'll
okay.
never tell.
How about that? What does your perfect day in the Hamptons look like? I have a feeling it ends with that
I think-
sunset. So.
You know, I think once I get back on my bicycle again,
Mm-hmm.
it's getting out there on a September, October evening, riding until my legs get tired.
Are you riding the trails or are you riding on the road?
No, I'm a road biker.
You're a road biker?
Yeah. People don't like it.
Well, it's dangerous around here.
Yeah, well, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, gets
Okay.
the heart pumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out there, and if I can get out there early in the morning, that's probably one of my only reasons why I get up in the morning really early is to garden or to get on the bike.
All right.
But it's just amazing.
There you go. Well, listen, I really appreciate you coming in and talking to me today.
Yeah,
And
no
it was a
worries.
lot of fun. I learned a lot.
Yeah,
And I
Good.
hope we can do it again
yeah,
sometime.
absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, bud.
Good seeing you, man.
And everyone, I want you to thank you for watching us talk to Mark Antonio here at Beyond the Blue. All right, that was good.